blah, never mind. Hi. So I'm live, am I? Wow. Hello, how are you doing, guys? Let me just do that. So it's 10:24. It's probably 10:26 by now. 10:20, let's say 10:30 a.m. here in the UK. I have my lovely plant because I've been connecting to earth, fire, water underneath me on the boat, and air, and I've been doing a fantastic meditation, and I live streamed this meditation on my other channel, Middleton Meditation, so that was a lot of fun. And I thought, do you know what, while I'm doing that, because I'm doing quite a few live tests at the moment, trying to get this whole live situation technically good. I do have somebody helping out, kind of bit of technical support, trying to help me to go live on my vlogging camera. Not going to bore you with too much because you'll click off the video. So yes, I'm just doing a few tests, see what sounds good, looks good, blah 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 blah. And I thought, while I'm at it, I will come and say hello to you guys. How are you doing today? I've got my D800 here, which by the way has started playing up. I can't believe this. I book a wedding for November, and then my D800 decides to do really strange things. I'm like, yeah, that's just great, isn't it? So maybe that's a sign that I really shouldn't book any more weddings or anything. Do you know what? I'm really enjoying not taking bookings, and just, you know, all this time I've wanted to take bookings, but now that I'm on the boat just doing photography for me again, I'm really enjoying that I am not taking any bookings, if that makes sense. And I'm doing photography like when I started out, when I very first started out with my photography passion, just doing it for me, you know, and enjoying it. Sorry, I get so distracted, it's terrible. Just doing it for the enjoyment of it. And so yes, I did book this wedding a month or two ago, and it's kind of been on my mind, and then my camera started going wrong, and now I'm going to have to get it sorted. So Nikon, if you're watching, just send me a Z9 and it'll all be fine and it'll be great. Also, could I please have a 1.2 lens? That'll be really lovely. And a macro lens to go deep into the tiny other worlds all around us. Wouldn't that be lovely? So how is everybody? Hope you're all doing good. I am loving it where we are. We've just arrived in a new place. And guess what I saw outside the boat last night? You're never going to guess. Completely new place, miles away from the last place. The owl. Not necessarily the owl, an owl was outside the boat last night. Oh my goodness, I was so excited when I saw it. It's like, this owl is following me. Also, in other news, I have a box that I haven't opened. Shall I open it with you? I may as well. Ta-da! Right, I'm not going to talk while I'm opening the box. Hold on. So, unboxing video live. Well, you don't know what this is, but I do. But I should slow this down to make it like really mysterious. What do you think is in the box? I'll give you a clue. It's not a Z9, because Nikon haven't sent me one yet. Apart from those 2 weeks, they were a great 2 weeks. The one thing, sorry about the noise, the one thing about going live on my phone, I'm finding, is it's going bleep, 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 bleep. I hope it's not doing that now. It's really annoying, isn't it? I'm going to sort that out for future lives. I'm on it. Wow, this is so cool. "25 copies, I think it is, of my own book." Amazing. So I am starting my book tour this week, I think, or next week maybe. I haven't really started it yet because I haven't actually gone into venues and done my talks and sat there with my books and things. It takes a little bit of organisation, so I haven't actually started that yet, but I will be very soon. And Piano Fingers is based on my life and, you know, me as a photographer and a firefighter and all of the things, a model, and just, it, you know, it kind of sets the scene of my life and how things have gone in a way. But it also brings in COVID and this whole kind of this whole battle between love and faith and fear. And that really just does sum up life, really, doesn't it? When we feel fear, it's really hard. Like, I always think having an open heart, you can actually feel your heart open, can't you, at times? Having an open heart in any situation is really key to enjoying it, or even just saying the right thing. Just maybe a content life. Like, keeping your heart open is so vital to feeling safe, secure, comfortable, all of those things, you know. And sometimes it's really hard to keep your heart open if you are full of fear, you know. And fear for me in my life has come from so many different things that have happened, trauma, you know, being a victim sometimes of certain things. But the key is not to stay a victim, isn't it? And fear can come from, you know, stepping out of your comfort zone as well, you know, taking on a wedding. It's like good to have healthy amounts of fear, but then, you know, use it to level up. Use that fear to push through and to level up. So, yeah, Piano Fingers is really close to my heart because it is based on my life and kind of the lens that I see the world through, I guess. And I really, one of the things I want to bring to the channel more is more music. A really special channel to check out is planet9_music. You've probably seen that I recommend it and talk about it quite a lot. So there's various links on various videos where I use the music from Planet 9 Music on my channel. And that kind of, that vibe when you put music with some really nice pictures and you've got two elements of creativity coming together, isn't that wonderful? It's amazing. Have you guys seen, you must watch it, it's absolutely amazing, Metallica covering Elton John's Funeral for a Friend live with Elton John in the audience? Oh my goodness. Honestly, you could watch that every day as part of like maybe a positive start to the day routine and it would just be so uplifting. I love watching it. I never get bored of watching it. And the smiles and the joy and the happiness. And then watching Elton John's reaction in the audience is just absolutely priceless. Honestly, you must have a look. You just must. So I love music and I love live music. And I love how music brings people together, and I really love that version of that song because Funeral for a Friend is one of my favourite songs ever. And Metallica is one of my favourite bands. So to see one doing the other is just amazing. So anyway, yes, you can order Piano Fingers on Amazon or directly from the publisher is probably best. Austin Macaulay. They're in Paris, New York, the UK. austinmacaulay.com. You can order your copy of Piano Fingers. And the idea of this book tour is that People can come with their copies and I can sign them and we can have a chat, and you know, anybody and everybody who wants to chat about anything, even if it's music, photography, obviously Piano Fingers the book, and spiritual experiences and anything like that. It's just really an opportunity for me to get out of the boat, out into the world and talk to people. And I think that that's a skill that, you know, during COVID, maybe a lot of people became disconnected from face-to-face interaction. So I'm really looking forward to doing that. And I'm looking forward to taking more photos along the way between where we are and Westminster, as promised, for the channel. I'm really looking forward to bringing in other channels and other people speaking. I've recently been really inspired by 2 other channels, which I want to share with you guys. One of them is I'm going to have to copy you in another time because I can't remember the actual name of the channel, but it's around hiking and photography at the same time, and it's a beautiful channel, beautiful energy, very healing, and it really resonated. Like, this guy got in touch with me through commenting on one of my videos because he liked one of my videos and he noticed that it was, you know, very similar, I guess, a similar healing energy to what he's doing. And it really helped me because sometimes I think, oh, am I going off topic? Should I just keep this to photography? It's called Claire's School of Photography. Should I just be teaching photography? And his channel really evolved from hiking. It was just hiking to start with, to hiking and photography. And now it's like really all about the healing, the hiking, the photography. His latest video was to do with mental health and hiking and photography, and it was just absolutely fantastic. So I'm really looking forward to showing you that and sharing that with you, because if you like my content, you're bound to like his content, if you see what I mean. So that's all to come. I'm just loving this whole journey, even though at times it's felt like I've had things to climb over, obstacles and things, and it's been emotional and all of the rest of it. But I'm really loving now just stepping into this sense of freedom, and anything could happen and what's just around the next corner. But I'm not in too much of a massive hurry to get there because this corner is pretty awesome where we are. Like, we were trying to get to a certain point yesterday, and it was freezing cold and we were going along for ages, like a few hours. And then when we got here, we were like, do you know what, actually, should we just stay here instead? And then when I saw the owl, that was it. I don't even care if I don't get to the next bit for a week. And it's just great. It's great to be connected with nature again. And I know I've harped on about this in the past before in other videos, but you know, something as simple and free as forest bathing is so good for us. It's so good for our mental health. Cortisol levels drop, you know, stress levels, they come down. You can feel really relaxed and peaceful. The immune system gets a boost. Blood pressure can go down. Feel like giving our nervous systems a rest is so important and vital to actually being more productive. You know, when we give ourselves a break, we can then come back to what we were doing really refreshed with more energy and more clarity, and we can get things done quicker as well. You know, so yeah, that's what I've been feeling. Lots being here. I'm just gonna just excuse me while I just close my eyes a minute and just see. Photography is like an extension of our eyes. Looking through the lens, we can see more. We have a zoom lens to see further away. A macro lens to see the detail that we wouldn't be able to see with our eyes. What a gift. What a gift to be able to see more. See more detail and capture it to keep. So how choosy are you with what you capture and what you keep? Do you have, since digital photography came in, a little bit of a snap happy energy about you when you're taking photos? The machine gun technique, John Bigglestone would say. Do you just kind of go around clicking everywhere and everywhere without really paying attention and thinking about what you're doing, or just being conscious? A conscious photographer is a great photographer. A conscious photographer sees with the eyes first before putting the camera between oneself and one's subject. A conscious photographer will appreciate the light and the dark. Still near the train track. The detail in the shadows. The full spectrum. Every shade of grey. The conscious photographer will analyse and see clearly the message in the scene before them. The conscious photographer will look a little closer. The conscious photographer will stand and just take it in before capturing it, so that it resides firstly in the heart. We see a scene, and that scene travels down and touches us. And only then are we equipped to capture it in such a way that will tell the story in the way that we see it. If we are too quick to capture a scene before taking it in fully, we may miss the whole point, the whole essence of that scene, the whole message that we need to bring through, or we wish to bring through. We may miss a viewpoint that would be worth exploring if we would just give ourselves a moment to just take it in. A conscious photographer will know about the light, and will know what the light is bringing on a deeper level than visually. A conscious photographer goes with the flow, knows exactly when to pick up the camera and walk out the door, and exactly when to leave it behind. A conscious photographer knows what lens to take. A conscious photographer listens to the intuition. And even if it doesn't make sense to take that 85mm prime lens with you on this walk because you've planned to do this, a conscious photographer will hear that whisper and will take the lens and stick it in a pocket or a bag, and know that at some point on that walk, if they don't listen to that inner voice, they will regret not taking that lens. A conscious photographer sees other photographers as family, connected by this love of seeing the world. A conscious photographer will not see other photographers as the enemy or competition to be beaten by the ego. A little healthy competition, of course, is good. But a conscious photographer will always be happy to help others to reach their goals whilst enjoying a common pleasure in capturing the world as we see it, the world as we know it. For in 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 years from now, what will this place look like? What will people be capturing? How will they be capturing it? Will they be capturing it? Or will they be inventing it? Will they be perceiving and portraying something that isn't really visually there? Only a dreamlike state, or something that they've created with tools such as AI? Will photography exist as it does now in the future, in 1,000 years? What is going to happen? And so isn't it for us to explore that now and appreciate it and enjoy it and make it part of our history, just as film photography was? Let's give digital photography a voice. If digital photography could speak now, what would it say? Wouldn't it say, please appreciate me for the fact that you can have the freedom to take as many photos as you like and it not cost you any more? And to see what you're taking on the back of the camera and therefore adjust things as you go along. Wouldn't digital photography, if it had a voice, wouldn't it say, photography is now available to so many more people that don't need all of those skills that you needed for film photography. Therefore, it opens the world up to so many other people to explore such a beautiful, creative medium and to help us to share the world with those that can't travel. Digital photography would say, use me for the greater good. Use me to bring the truth. Bring beauty, yes, of course. Create beauty, edit, do what you will, but bring the truth and show the raw, unedited stuff as well. Show the before and after. Digital photography is a place to play and learn and enjoy in a different way. It's just different. We can get away from the feeling of it's worse or better and the thoughts that this is wrong and this is right, and we can just enjoy things for what they are. And digital photography is such an amazing tool to get imagery out into the world. Imagery heals. Imagery speaks to people, speaks to people's hearts. The gentleman on the other channel, which I'm going to talk to you about soon, he reminds us that images of plants and nature in our homes, they actually have a healing effect on the body. This has been proven. I read about this years ago and I was fascinated, and I decided to fill my home with images. If you don't have any space for any more plants in your home, just get beautiful photography of plants and animals and nature. If you're in a built-up area, bring nature into your home. And we can do that with photography. We can reduce the effect of that deep grief of loss by capturing something and keeping an essence of it to take forward into our future, so we can hold it close to our hearts. Like the soldiers at war all those years ago, when Don McCullin captured the photos of their loved ones in their wallets and their pockets. Photos of lost loved ones, grandparents, parents, something to hold and see and feel. A connection to the past, a time that we were once happy and fulfilled. Photography can bring us hope and joy. It can bring us that feeling of magic when we're outside, just going for a walk with our camera, just to see what we can see, because we might be able to capture something. And when we take some photos and we don't quite know what we've got, and it's like a lucky dip when we get back and we get to edit those photos and look through them. That's a wonderful feeling. Digital photography is a way to focus on the light, expand on the light, invite the light into our lives in whichever way we can, create our own light, buying lighting and using natural light and window light and focusing on the light and learning about light. It's all ways that we're bringing the light into our life, and where you shine your light, a shadow disappears. Who knows what photography will evolve into our future. So let's really, really, really enjoy it now. Let's enjoy the benefits of what now seems to be old school. A DSLR now seems to be old school. Film photography, even more so. As we step into the mirrorless world, let's appreciate each and every stage of photography for what it brought and what it brings, and let's not fear the future. Let's really honour the now by celebrating digital photography and using it wisely and using it in a way that can bring value to ourselves and others and change people's lives as it will, as it has. That's what happens when I close my eyes for a moment. It's nice to be in the flow of speaking, you know. Just speak and enjoy thinking a little more deeply about things. So guys, stick with me. There's loads coming up. There's so much. To find me on my book tour, head over to my other channel, Claire Middleton, and I will be updating that channel with where I am going to be. It's all a little bit out of my comfort zone, which is the best thing ever. Okay, take care, guys. Bye.